Welcome to episode 5. Today we're going to be talking about Discovery Education Studio. And Discovery Education Studio is a creation and a structured collaboration space that is designed with students and teachers in mind. So with Studio, teachers can develop and share content. They can use and share templates, which will save time for some students and help boost that creativity in them. They can streamline collaboration among teachers because each teacher can create different content and share it with each other. And then it also supports differentiation by varying the assignments because it can be used for individuals, for pairs, for whole class, and you can also differentiate the material that goes on the board. And then students can use Studio to demonstrate their knowledge in creative ways. They can use content from Discovery Education Services, as well as any content from their mobile devices, like video that they create, photos that they take, sound recordings that they make. All of this can be used in Studio. And then they can also use the collaboration tools to build digital content together in a safe and secure and controlled environment. So you don't have to worry about who else is coming into that space because you know it is behind a safe environment with only the students that you want to work on the board are working on the board. So let's go take a look at what Discovery Studio looks like and can do. So here we are in Discovery Education, and the way that you find Studio is by clicking the Studio button, and it's going to take you to your main screen. And to be able to begin, what you're going to do is you would click Let's Create. And when you click Let's Create, you have two options, a new board or a new slideshow. And a new board is going to be a single board that just continues on, or a slideshow is going to allow you to do multiple pages the same way you would do a regular slideshow. And let's just do a new slideshow just so that you can see what this looks like. So you can see we have slide 1 of 1. If I wanted to add more slides, I can duplicate the slide. I can add a new blank slide. I can add a layout. If I were to choose layout, I can choose resources side by side, template, title. And really, this is a great way to create a template for your students to be able to fill in. So if I were to click the plus button, this is where I have all of my different options. I could search DE for content. I could take things from my own personal quick list. I can upload content, so that's anything that I have or a student has. I can add text, I can add a button, and the button will actually have you go somewhere. Or I could even add in quiz items where I could add in a short answer, a single selection, a multiple selection, or even a block of information. You can actually customize what the background looks like. So if I wanted to have a background of an image, I can choose that. And I could apply it to all or just one. Or I can have a pattern, and there's lots of fun patterns here, and I can apply those. I can also choose a theme, and if I were to choose a theme, different color schemes come out. So there's lots of fun ways. You know, it would take a lot longer than 5 or 6 minutes to be able to show you completely how to use Studio, but I did want to be able to show you what it looks like. So let's take a look at a board that is already created. So we're going to take a look at this Animal Behaviors and Adaptations board, which is a student learning adventure. And the way that I found this is I just did a search for hibernation. And then when the search came up, I chose boards to narrow my search down. And I was able to see what boards other folks maybe had made on this topic. So here is a teacher. This has 4 pages to it. And as we go through, it's actually an adventure that the students are going to do on their own. So the teacher created this and then gave very specific instructions on what students need to do. So they're going to actually duplicate this board so that they can work on it themselves. So let's just scroll and look at some of the elements that this teacher has put in. She has put in some sound as a way for students to listen. She then also added some key vocabulary. And what I like about this, it's not anything fancy. There's not a lot of busy. It's not busy, so students are able to find what they need. And then she put in one of the instructional strategies, the SOS strategies that we spoke about a couple of episodes ago. So they're supposed to watch this video segment. And this one is about ants, so they actually have included a discovery education video on ants, and then they're supposed to do this comparison chart. So right now you're looking at this as a static document. The way that the students would then be able to utilize this is as they opened this document, they would click copy. And copy is going to be copy the board and add it to my dashboard. So I'm going to click copy, and it should take just a moment. So you can see now it's in draft, and this is now my own board. So if I'm going to scroll back down to where that video was, I now have a chart that I can click in. I can resize it, and I can now type my text in here. Whoop. If I could spell type. And I would then can continue through the pages that the teacher has. There's various videos. There's a text box here where I could then type my responses. And then when I'm all done with this, I can share. I would be able to put in my teacher's name and share it with her at the end. So this is just one example of how Studio can be used. I really encourage you to go and do some searching for yourself, see what boards are already out there that you can take a look at and use. If they are editable, it's going to have that little label of editable underneath it so that you'd be able to take it and use it and modify it for your own use. So tell me how you think you may be able to use Studio with your students. Also, this can be embedded into Canvas, so you can take that link and put it into your Canvas LMS. Or if you're using Seesaw, put the link there, and students would be able to go directly to the board once they logged in to My Access. Any questions, please let me know. And again, add a comment as to how you think that you could use Studio for yourself or with your students.